Hey y'all, how y'all doing? What's up, real deal? How y'all doing out there? Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you from. And shout out to all my workers, y'all. You know, I gotta give a shout out to my workers. Um, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. And I'm not what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna keep y'all all day, but I am gonna keep y'all at least for like at least about 60 minutes, something like that, or 50 minutes, 60 minutes, something like that. Okay. But it's something that I want to talk to y'all about when it comes down to the Carmelo Anthony case. I'm really disappointed in a lot of things that from the beginning, with his case. Hold on, yeah. Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna talk about two different things. We're gonna pull up some information, and I don't know why it's not showing me. Okay, we're gonna put up some information, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a discussion. Okay, and y'all, when the case when it first happened, a lot of things came to my mind. It was more like what was going on with the. I knew that in this case, as a mother, sister, mentor, uh, auntie to other kids, and grandma to other kids, I knew with a case like this, it was going to take a money, 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 because it is a high profile case. There are black high profile attorneys. I don't care if they were going to charge him $1 million. I don't care how much he was going to charge. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. But I would do anything for my children. Now I ain't blaming the mama and I ain't blaming the daddy, but we're gonna get into to hey man, we gotta talk about this. Okay, listen, y'all. There was a crowdfunding campaign for Carmelo Anthony. Okay, let's think back. A crowdfunding campaign for him. Okay, and the campaign was for 6,030 634,000 on the GiveSendGo. Okay, on this GiveSendGo platform. Hold up, y'all. Let me turn the music off. Cause I'm gonna stay in my calm voice and not my. I'm trying to stay in my calm voice instead of my coach's voice. And my comedy voice will come in later. Okay, my comedian voice will come in later. Cause I'm kind of upset. One thing about me, I laugh when I'm upset. Now it was like 625K crowd funding in this case. I knew that my son was gonna need the best Martin Luther King attorney in that courtroom. Because a lot of things I knew when he had that attorney that I didn't know that dude was a public defender. But I knew when I saw him, I already say he lost. He was gonna get charged, but a lot of things that he didn't open his mouth and say. They let that boy sit in that courtroom. If you're gonna let them do it the way they wanted to do it, put him on the stand anyway. Put him on the stand anyway. So let me calm down, coach. Coach, calm down. Okay, so The crowdfunding campaign for Carmelo Anthony was a trip. He had enough money to get the best attorney. He had enough money to get the best Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, whoever y'all want to say y'all like, in that courtroom to represent him. He had enough money, but listen about the listen. Now, originally created to raise money for his pre-trial. So you tell me that the money that y'all raised was for the pre-trial, created to raise money for his pre-trial legal defense. Now, see, first of all, I think that this is a young couple, y'all, and to my opinion, they was taken advantage of. Not against McCaff, their family. I'm gonna be honest with you. McCaff family and the mom of side of the family was doing good. It wasn't there even the other people in between them that was causing the confusion. It wasn't the McCaff family, and it wasn't uh, uh, Anthony family. It was y'all. It was y'all. It was them. It wasn't the families feuding. It was y'all. And so the 635,000 pre-trial legal defense and relocation costs. The fundraising page was shut down by the platform following his murder conviction. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something, family. When I say family, I'm saying like your family needs you. That money should have been all of that money should have just been, I don't care. I heard something, I saw it, and then it ain't like it. But all that money, don't worry about the location. Let me fight to get my child out of jail. Let me not jail, to get a lower sentence. Get something that's gonna work in his defense. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Not worrying about a house, and I need, that's when the grandmamas and the grandfathers and the cousins and the aunties and the family that loves them so much. I don't care where they from, but y'all love them so much. They need y'all here. Can they come stay over there? Can they come over there? They right now, because we can't afford to buy a house right now, a car or whatever we need to relocate it, whatever. We need to save my son from some of this sentencing that he's gonna get. He was gonna get convicted. I don't care what y'all say, because he stabbed and killed the boy. So I know. So I'm just putting it out there, y'all. I'm just putting it out there, okay? Um, I overheard and I saw it, but if I couldn't find it, y'all, because you know me, I'm gonna show y'all. I couldn't find it, and it hurt my feeling because I couldn't find what I want to show y'all. But I saw it on somewhere else. But I need to see it for myself. Y'all know how I am. He wasn't represented in the courtroom, y'all, to me. He wasn't represented well in the courtroom. Now that he has been convicted of the murder, a controversial online fundraiser for Carmelo Anthony has been shut down after his family raised that money for the legal and living expenses. See, right now, see, y'all, we can't focus on the living expenses. That's when you got to have your family. You need family to step in now. Not the fuss and fight. You need the family to help provide places to stay. Meanwhile, I'm trying to save my son with the best attorney, Martin Luther King. We shall overcome Malcolm X attorney in the courtroom. Because wasn't nothing going to save him from stabbing and unaliving somebody else's child. Nothing was going to save him from that. Now, but his family may still be able to set up a new one. See, that's what I can understand. You had worry about the house and the relocation worry about the relocation. I know they were threatening you. They're gonna threaten you. They're gonna threaten you. But you gotta do what you gotta do. What you gotta do. Because you got to see about your son. I feel sorry for Karmelo and Austin because it's two things happening in the situation, and the young man wasn't educated right on stand your ground, and I'm not even educated on stand your ground. I'm not, because I try not to do nothing to avoid. I'm always prevent and avoid. I'm older than him anyway. So the GiveSendGo went offline Wednesday afternoon, a day after 19-year-old Anthony was convicted in Texas courtroom of killing 17-year-old Austin in April 2025 high school track meet. Now, the GiveSendGo, a crowd sorting platform that differs from GoFundMe, okay? And that it allows fundraisers for criminal cases. Confirmed the fundraiser's closure statement. Now, my thing making upset me with this situation is with the Karmelo Anthony is the legal fees was stingy. It wasn't used right. I overheard one of the justice leader. I guess you call him a political leader. I don't know. What is he? Said that, well, this black attorney, he was going to charge me this. He was going to charge me this, regardless of what he was going to charge you. Send a gold coin. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, baby. I ain't even see you. But my thing with this situation is my money over matter. Me trying to find me a place there. I don't care if I had like 10, 15 children. That's when my family's supposed to come in on the stage and take over my babysitting situation. That's when my family's supposed to come in. Okay. And I can relocate later. My child need to be represented on the stand. Okay. Let me play this video right quick. Because I'm trying to stay in my coaches. I'm trying to stay in my coach's voice. I'm trying to stay in my coach's voice. I'm trying to stay in my coach's voice. I'm trying not to stay in my coach's voice. I'm saying it wrong. I'm upset. That's how I do.
But told me that may not happen. 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murdering 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet 2 years ago. The conviction came down 2 weeks ago. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison and immediately filed a notice of appeal, telling the court he had no money to pay for attorney fees. Monday, a new legal team.
Okay. Now, people, y'all ain't gonna like me after this, but I just keep it real because we keep it real on this channel. Ain't no faking or nothing. I'm just gonna step on the feet. I'm gonna tell you the truth. One thing about me, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about things. All these faces, look at these faces on this appeal. On the what is it? A pro bono legal team with handle the Karmelo Anthony appeal. Okay, evidently they're gonna have to handle the fee because these folks ain't got no money. So my thing about this is the money that's on a relocation. That's a different fundraiser. See, when you're trying to save your children's life, I don't care. That's what I'm saying. Boys, to me, seem like to me, just because we have sons, it's not like it used to be back in the days with children doing stuff on their own. When you have sons in this situation right here, we got to represent our sons like we do our daughters. Just because they're 18, they not grown like that, y'all. Boys not mature and grown like that. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. This is a young teenager boy. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. This legal team, where were you when Carmelo Anthony need y'all from the beginning? Where these people be at, y'all, from the beginning? First of all, being a track coach for 16 years, I don't know why y'all, I don't believe what y'all saying about what's going on at that track meet. Because we have separate tents. Now, when I looked at the video, and I don't have to play it because a lot of y'all watch the video. When I watched the video, I saw an approach to go up in the bleachers and to sit by my rival. See, one thing about track, we have meetings, y'all, before the state and for the region and for the state and the region. We have county for the state and the county. We have meetings. We deal with conduct. We deal with rules at the track meets. Okay, so for those who don't know about track meets, it ain't like at no party. It's not like running, get out the rain and go up under your tent. No, 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 no. Cause first of all, on your team, you know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with discipline. Most of the kids on your team have disciplinary problems. Some don't, some do. You try to get them something to do in school, they just good athletes. Whether y'all don't want to believe me or not, I know what I'm talking about because I was a coach. And I took one of the worst kids out of school to keep them from being in trouble and train them how to run and be good well with them. And so I knew how to do this. But it's a lot going on with this case. Now, at that track meet, what I did like, it wasn't raining like y'all hard, like y'all said. We run in the rain, y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear what I got to say, but I'm going to talk just like everybody else talk. We runs in the rain, y'all. It wasn't raining hard where Carmelo couldn't stand out there like them other little boys were standing out there at their track meet. You got to ask yourself, if you saw it for yourself. If we run in the rain, y'all, as long as it's not thunder and lightning, we safe. If it rain, we out there running track. We run track in the rain, y'all. I coach in the rain. I'm in the rain with the children. So at that track meet, if you understood what I said, there was raining, but it wasn't thunder and lightning. We don't be out there like that. Anywho, when Carmelo Anthony came into the stadium, I couldn't understand. Listen to me, what I saw. I couldn't understand why did he go over to their tent. Who called him? Did anybody say, "Hey, Anthony"? Anthony, come here, man. Anthony went straight over there under that tent. Like somebody called him over there. He was invited over there. I don't know what happened under that tent. I don't know I don't know why he went to that tent because he passed a tent to get to that tent. Y'all not understand? He passed a tent to get to their tent. So y'all got to ask yourself, hold on. You got your money, you got your funds. I'm worried about the funds. The $625 shouldn't been mixed up in thousands, should not been mixed up with the relocation. It should have been focused on my baby. Give me my baby, my baby. I'm crying in the courtroom about my baby. I can set up another fund raising for me and my kids to be relocated. Of course they're gonna threaten y'all. Of course this is gonna happen. They were threatening about families. They did. They was out there. They was threatening the man family too. Well, I don't think it was too much of the family. I think it was the people. It was the people instead of the family. Y'all want to fuss and fight, but then you don't want to be. It's like an option. Oh well, I can't make it to the track meet. I'm going shopping. I got to work. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's always an excuse. Instead of asking the kids show up anyway. We got to sometimes take accountability and responsibility for what we do. We always trying to justify wrong for these kids, but we know what it did wrong. They can't do nothing to this case but just check to make sure everything, when they appeal it, to make sure everything was set right. First of all, I didn't like what went on in the courtroom, but I knew that Anthony admitted, and Anthony didn't say he didn't do this. Anthony didn't say he didn't do this. Now, with the standing ground law, I don't know nothing about that law. I don't think I needed to protect myself at my house, in my area, my space. So I don't know how to stand your ground work. That's why I don't understand that part, because I think I thought it was somebody come in my space. But Anthony came into Austin's space. But still, those are children, those are teenagers, and boys gonna touch. They're gonna fight, but y'all don't want to admit that. Okay, let's go by this. Where were these people? Where were these people right here? The Bo No legal team. Where were y'all before the court? Where were you all? Look at all of y'all. Look. Where were y'all when he needs y'all in the court? Because I already knew his public defender was gonna sit there and say, "Amen, prosecutor, you right, amen." He admit, y'all saw the video for yourself. I played y'all the 911 call on my channel. If you don't see it, it's in my short videos. It's in my the 911 call in my short videos. I put it out there. Everything I put out there for y'all, just because, things not like it's supposed to be over here. It's just, please check stuff out, y'all. This legal team right here, where were y'all when the Anthony, if I was a We Shall Overcome attorney, I would have worked with him. I don't care if I overheard his justice team say something about another black attorney was going to charge him a lot of money. This is a high profile case. You're going to get to go to you go send me whatever and open up that thing and let them keep paying for his attorney. Y'all had enough money to get an attorney. Y'all had enough money to get the best attorney. Y'all didn't have to go with no public defender, but y'all rather go get a house and a car. You rather go get a house and a car instead of getting somebody to represent your child. Just because he's 18, 19 years old, you need somebody in that courtroom to represent your child. And I'm disappointed in what went on in that courtroom. I never heard of nothing like this that went on in the courtroom. Who was defending Karmelo Anthony? Karmelo Anthony did take out a knife and stab that boy. He took his life. Of course, he should be punished for that. So what is the appeal team is going to do? They trying to get his sentence down. So if you bring the sentence down, is that mean the Anthony said it wasn't no allegedly? Where you get that word from, allegedly? Only way he can get a word from allegedly is mine. This is the only time I use allegedly, y'all. Long as all my years of being a coach, I ain't never said no word allegedly. When that boy went up there, when he told the police, The police, he told the police he stabbed him. He said, but it ain't no allegedly. It's allegedly. I did it. That's what he's saying. I did it. He didn't admit. He admit that he did it. And what's the problem with everybody understanding that he's saying he did it? Okay, the thing is, what are you appealing for? We're gonna get in that to them. What are you appealing for? Because you ain't gonna be able to change too much of this right here. Because he took somebody's life. He took somebody's life. Now, if I got a knife in my pocket and I'm coming to the track meet, either I'm trying to protect myself for some reason, or either why I got it. Why is I'm trying to protect myself? Why did I go over there on somebody else's tent with a knife? It's a lot of wrong to this, y'all. It's a lot of wrong. And I give my condolences to the Austin family. And then I feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony family because they wasn't beefing. It was the social media beefing. Only thing I don't like how the GoSendMe was handled for a legal high profile case. Of course, you know it's gonna be a high, but this a young couple, y'all. This is a young couple. This is a high profile case, and y'all mix the relocation funds up with the legal fees. Think about what I'm saying. And what were these people at before he went to court? That could have sat in that courtroom and all six of y'all, if it's seven, all seven y'all could have sat at that table like they did OJ Simpson and say, oh no, we ain't about to go over no all white jury. No, no. It could affect the case, it could have helped the case. But the main thing is, what is y'all trying to get? To stand your ground part? Because he did took that boy life and ran off because he was in shock. But I'm saying, you took that knife and you stabbed that boy in the heart. It wasn't no saving Anthony. No way. No, I mean, no way. But I'm saying, the thing right here, what are y'all trying to do? The sentencing, is that what y'all, the sentencing, is that what y'all trying to do? His time? Y'all trying to do the stand your ground? Did he lose with the stand your ground in this situation?
And would work on his appeal process pro bono. Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt posted on social media that he helped put the team together. Russell Wilson, who is a familiar face on Fox 4, is leading the team. Joining him are five other lawyers, including longtime NAACP President Gary Bledsoe. There has been a lot of racial tension around this case. During the trial, there were no black men or women on the jury. Today, I talked to an appeals attorney, Gary Udishin, who is not associated with the case, about the process moving forward. If the new defense lawyers decide to file a motion for a new trial, that will happen in the next couple of weeks. Now, that's difficult things that are difficult to raise on a motion for trial because you don't have the record. The defense lawyers representing the defendant on appeal have 30 days from the point of receiving the transcript to actually file the appellate brief, which is the written arguments to the Court of Appeals on a case like this. In fact, really on most cases, it's necessary to get at least one 30-day extension. I know there may have been people of color, but no black jurors. Is that something that an appeals legal team would focus in on or mention? Is that something that would stand out and saying, okay, my client did not get a fair shake of his peer? Absolutely. As I understand, what happened in trial when the prosecutors struck the remaining black jury panel members.
Yeah. See, I knew it wasn't gonna. I knew. I did. I knew. I thought the attorney that Anthony had was a high profile attorney, y'all. I didn't know he was a public defender. I did not know that because I knew he was going to lose. Sometimes public defenders are great offenders, can defend you real good. But for this high profile attorney, you got to have money. You got to have money. Second off, he sat there with his mustache, mouth closed. Because ain't no way in hell I would not have not one, two, three, four blacks on that jury. Y'all had all y'all know this was wrong. Y'all know that part right there was wrong. And sometimes it can be good. But in this kind of case, it can be bad not to have them on there. Why you had the black ones for the alternate? I don't understand that part. But which that doesn't accomplish anything, y'all. That does accomplish that's the accomplishment is that we knew he did it, but you still need to prioritize the situation on the jury. You knew that the people were gonna have something to say about an all white jury, That right there shocked me. It shocked me. And what did his public defender do? Well, they don't pay me enough, no way. So I'm not gonna represent him like a high profile. Everybody ain't gonna treat you right, y'all. So if you're gonna do it like this, what you should have did was put him on the stand. If you weren't gonna represent Karmelo right, put him on the stand. See, what Karmelo said could have helped him, could have not helped him. But he lost at the end anyway. So what wrong with put him on the stand, y'all? And I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a coach and a PE teacher. Well, a retired PE teacher. But I'm saying though, when it comes down to discipline, I know about that. But what I'm saying in this situation right here, listen. Whew, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Trying to see what they trying to do.
Defense lawyer made an objection to it, so they preserved the issue for appeal purposes. So I feel quite certain that's going to be.
But I'm saying though, he appeal. I know the judge said what he had to say, that he wasn't going to change it, and he gonna make alter. Now the judge can be wrong too at a point. Y'all got to look at y'all. Okay. Judge can be wrong and made a mistake. There was a mistake made in that courtroom. I'm telling y'all. We know that on the part they know he stabbed. But to stand your ground, y'all got to explain it to me. Is do the stand your ground at works when I'm in where I supposed to be, and you came over there in my space, and I asked you, will you please leave? Do I have the right to ask you to leave, or was I wrong when I touched? But when I touch you, when I boys wrestle all the time. I don't care how big nobody else. Sometimes the skinny boys beat the big boys. If my brother was skinny, he would tear them up. So I don't even want to talk about no size. But I'm saying though, why would you ask me would I leave? I'm saying when he said, Karmelo said, he said, touch me again. It's a lot of confusion because people's in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it wasn't raining too hard. Well, we run in the rain, we stand in the rain. We love the rain when we run track out there, help our sweat. But when we coach out there, we still have to work in the rain. It wasn't raining that hard where they couldn't. He was under the bleachers, then he came from under the bleachers and walked right over there under their tent. and they had no, it was gonna be an argument. Y'all know that. That could be my rival team. You got to get. I mean, why is he at the track meet? I mean, and then he could go to the track meet if he want to. He can do what he want to do. The mama was thinking that he had to run that day. Could have lied to his mama, but he had a box cutter. Where he get that knife for to go? Who called him under the tent? What going on? He did stab the boy. What are we trying to get to right here? Wrong is wrong. What are we trying to get here? He stabbed the boy and he killed the boy. So was he? I would rather get up instead of do. But I would say you got to think like a teenager. You got to think like a teenager. Got to think not grown like me, but a teenager. But my kids, the way I raised them, I would have asked you what you doing over there under their tent. Why you ain't over there under your team tent? Because you were doing hiding. You were doing something. So why is you over there? But the thing is, this shouldn't occur. This shouldn't occur. Shouldn't have occurred. So y'all, where did the stand your ground come in? I thought y'all, Anthony said, yeah, this ain't on the legend. I did it. And he said, I is this self-defense? Where is this young man getting all this legal stuff from? What was his intention? Why did he go over there? Y'all overlooking a whole lot of stuff. That's why I tell mine to stay over here under my tent. Don't go over no other school. I have assistant coach to be with the high school kids that I'm with, 'cause I know how it is. I know this can happen. This can happen.
Yudishin told me that the record of transcript may not come until August or later. When that happens, the defense will file their brief, then the state.
Okay. Now, let's get here. I want to go here. I want to go here. And the reason why I want to go here, I want to hear what she got to say. Everybody got their own opinion. Everybody ain't got to say what y'all want them to say. Okay? It ain't about what the black saying and what the white saying. It ain't y'all. In other words, y'all discriminating already. It's just what is the facts and what is the truth saying in this case. Well, that's what it is. What is that saying? Even though, and the only thing I can't understand about with the jury selection, just because they was teachers, so what? They're the ones you need on that stand. If you didn't trust the jury that you were going to select, you shouldn't select from that county. You should have went to another county and select a jury. But that's up to the defense. The defense could have talked that up. He didn't have to go with the jury from there. I know where in the world I would have asked the people from the same place I stayed to get on, to be on the jury. I'd say I want some from another state who don't know nothing about this case, who don't know nothing about this school, who don't know nothing about this situation. Let's listen to this.
Have you guys heard what's happening with Karmelo Anthony's parents? Apparently, they're being investigated now because the money that was raised through GoFundMe was supposed to be for Karmelo's defense. And these assholes, instead of getting their son an amazing lawyer, they went with a public defender. Apparently, that's what I've heard. And they spent the money on a house, car, whatever, miscellaneous things for them. So parents because the parents were against him accepting the plea deal. Everyone gets a plea deal, right? You're offered a plea deal. They said no. So because they said no, they wanted to fight it. So because he lost, he would like it's not. That would have now they're gonna find out.
I don't see nothing wrong with what she said. It's about your kids. Not well, he could like she said, if he had to set that plea, did get a less sentence. You got to when you see something ain't working right. See, that comes from getting a attorney, a good attorney. Y'all didn't have to go with that attorney. Y'all didn't have to go. Y'all could have went with y'all a black attorney. Y'all didn't have to. Y'all want to be black and white. You want to be black and white thing. Then you should have got you a black attorney. High profile. The thing is, you need to get a high profile attorney. Y'all had the money, but the relocation in the house now, you need your family now. But she's right. This young lady is right. I like what she said. When you do a GoFundMe, it's supposed to be a sign that they want to see what part of the money that went there. What y'all said, $5,000 after y'all. In other words, what y'all paid more for your living expenses than you did with that high profile situation. If y'all knew it was gonna take money, I would have said, bump trying to buy a house right now. Bump trying to buy a car right now. Bump all that trying to change, make the changes arrangement for my life and stuff. Let me do it for my son is locked up. I don't want that to happen to him in jail. Can he get a bond? He did get a bond. He was at home. I fight for mine, y'all. I'm sorry. Now let's go to lastly this year. Let's check this out. The pro bono. Let's go right here. See, they so young, man. These young, y'all think I worked in high school. These are young boys, they childish. They foolish and childish. They kids, y'all. They still kids. They kids. They ain't thinking like no adults. This young man is not an adult at 18 years old. He ain't even 25 yet. Austin wasn't an adult at the time. They were still in high school. Where's the authorities? Where's the responsible? Where the people at who's supposed to be watching? Still, you got to watch over the high school students. You got boys play football. They always special. Like my I got two sons. One loved to tackle because he a big joker. And he was big when he was young, but in high school. So he liked to tackle. He liked to do this. He like the boys play joke around, y'all, and fight and wrestle all the time. Now, if you don't want to be bothered me, get your I can't say what I want to say because I'm on YouTube. If you don't want to be bothered me, you need to get off over here with me. Get out of my space.
Are joining Carmelo Anthony's legal team pro bono following his murder conviction and 35-year prison sentence for stabbing and killing Austin Metcalf. His new legal team writing, quote, our appellate team is retained following the conviction to conduct a fresh independent review of the trial record. Our responsibility is to determine whether a legal
on the reason why so people y'all mentally getting the wrong idea what this legal team is for. Okay, so let me back it back. This is what the legal team is for. Excuse me, guys. Yeah. drinking coffee. Our appellate team has been retained following the conviction to conduct a fresh. What they're doing, y'all, is doing an independent review of what happened in the records in the trial. So they're gonna get the transcript. They're gonna sit down and they're gonna see what was presented in the court. That's what they're gonna do. And if they feel that it's illegal, uh, this, what I want to say. God, I can't think. Yeah. When I just so much thinking, okay, all right, y'all, hold on.
Our responsibility is to determine whether.
Now this is their responsibility for the legal team. Cause everybody, yo, he got that legal team now, y'all. He about to come out of jail. Why y'all didn't take that plea deal? I just asked the question. Why y'all didn't take the plea deal? Why y'all didn't put him on stand? They would have felt sorry for D'Anthony. Carmelo, they probably not D'Anthony. God, Carmelo Anthony. Our responsibility, this is the responsibility of their legal team, is to determine whether a legal error, they trying to see what error occurred, and to ensure that every issue supported by the record is fully and vigorously presented on appeal. The appellate process exists for precisely, let me put it there.
Error occurred, and to ensure that every issue supported by the record is fully and vigorously presented on appeal. The appellate process exists for precisely this purpose. Project 21 author and co-chair Horace Cooper joins me now. Horace, he's bringing in heavy hitters from the NAACP along with a prominent appellate specialist. Will it work? Actually, unlikely. However,
Now, do y'all hear that? You can't touch the sentencing. Like he said it. That's highly impossible. But let's see. He said he just heard him. I didn't make this up. Let me just rewind it so y'all can hear it. Let me let y'all hear it. Y'all not hear what he said. He said it is highly impossible to turn it sentencing. So what are they doing? What are they doing here? So my question is, for somebody if you ever get a chance to put it in the chat, I'm talking to a legal person who ever been through stuff. I don't play when it come down to my trials and things that happen on my cases. I'm not playing. This is serious. But my thing is, will did the stand your ground come in his case? That's what I want to know. Did the stand your ground come in the sentencing? If it didn't, it wasn't stand your ground. And explain to me if stand your ground is I was in my right place at the right time, but you wasn't in your right place at the right time. You was in my space at the right place at the wrong time. So y'all got to explain that to me. But let me go back to him. Listen to what he said. Y'all say, "Oh, they got a new legal team. They're gonna win." That doesn't mean it.
along with a prominent appellate specialist. Will it work? Well, it depends on what the goal is. If the goal is actually to get this sentence overturned, I think the purpose is to racial conflicts. That could be effective. You've got the Benjamin Crump team working here. You've got the Texas, the president, Gary Bledsoe of the NAACP. You got people here who are capable of using a platform to create a narrative. And that's why it's so important that the judge recently released some of the video from the trial so that people could see for themselves just how shallow the claims are that this trial was a miscarriage of justice.
Let's break down your claims in turn. Let's start with law. They can't re-argue those words. And this judge, to your point, really ran a tight ship throughout this case. So there's not a lot of error potentially to attack there. So besides arguing that there were no black jurors, what else is there? Do you potential Hail Mary from his team?
Okay, hold on. Let me ask y'all something. I've been answering the same question. Now, I'm looking at Karmelo Anthony, 19 years old, first against first time. He's still young, y'all. I don't care if he is bald head up and they cut his hair. He's still young. But I'm saying though, he found guilty of first degree murder. I don't see people do some of the worstest crime get second degree murder. Look what they did to Julio Fulio. They shot him up. They unalive him. And some of them got second degree, or did they get first degree? But he got first degree murder, sentenced to 35 years in prison, will have to serve at least half the sentences before being eligible for parole. Now, I he did it, y'all. He killed that boy. He murdered. He took that boy life. I'm sorry. He took that boy life. But I just don't understand where is the stand your ground stuff. Let me see something for a minute, y'all. Let me see something for a minute. You know how I am. I'm real. We gonna keep it real, real deal. We ain't gonna be no y'all. We gonna be some real deals. Hold on for a minute. How do the stand your ground work when somebody come into your space? By law, rely heavily on the gospel for space like your own. You are not automatically permitted to use deadly force just because someone entered your property. Okay, so uh deadly force, it said that you are not automatically permitted to use deadly force just because someone entered your property. The threat must be severe enough to justify it. Let me ask you something. If I'm in the wrong, it's still right the wrong, y'all. Y'all got to what you teach your children. If you don't want me sitting over here by y'all, but you got two stubborn young men, so to justify it, the threat must be severe enough to justify. It don't seem like it was justified to me, y'all. I'm sorry. It don't seem like it was justified to me. It seemed like an altercation went on with two boys. See, when if you don't do this case right, you're gonna send a totally missed message to the kids in school when they get to fighting. And y'all don't understand what goes on in the schools when the high school student get to fighting. I'm talking about, man, everything be pulled out. You know what I mean? So the thing is, we want to teach the kids the right, you know, you know, your punishment. This is not justified just because uh uh this person over here don't like me. They come over here and they start something with me. I supposed to take they push me or something like that. Then I supposed to take a weapon out and harm them. No, this not saying this. This not saying this right here. So tell me what y'all think in the comment section when you get a chance.
This Batson challenge is really all that they have, but it gives talk in the public, and they may find some particular extraneous incident that they can use out of context. But you said it right. If we were sitting in my classroom, you'd get the gold star. The trial is already happened, and the appeals courts are only going to review the law.
That is the only thing the appeal people are going to do. A lot of people, you got to understand, that's all they just want to do. That's the only thing they're going to do. They ain't going to do nothing. It's not going to be like y'all think it's going to do. Calm down with that, okay? Try to find out what happened to Mo 3 while he was shot on the highway. How about that? But back to what I said. That's the only thing they there for, y'all. They ain't about to change. They can't change the law. That's why they trying to make it clear to y'all what they are coming there to do. That's what they coming there to do.
They're not triers of fact. You can't introduce new evidence, and the way this trial ended up being carried out, the judge was very careful to make sure that he didn't leave opportunities for this case to be set aside.
Right.
The father of the victim telling Will Kane that the family of Carmelo Anthony wasn't there for the victim impact statements. Quote, they left that poor child.
This go back to anything that I cover on my channel, because I'm gonna keep it real with you, y'all. And everybody who know me from my state know that where I work know that I'm gonna defend these kids. Where's the love? Where is they at? And where are the family at in the court? At this time, right here, the time that he was saying then, where was the family? Y'all got to take accountability of not being in the right place at the right time. Damn your job. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh, we ain't mean to say the word. I'm sorry. I got upset. Want my job. My child come first. If that's my child. My child come before this job. Now, and my job can't understand why I'm right there trying to represent my son. Don't you see my son on the TV? A lot of jobs don't care nothing about you. They want to get rid of your butt anyway. And this is their way to get rid of you off your job. But let them know that my son come first, if that's your son. They left him there by himself, y'all. That boy they had love. He went to the track meet by himself, and then he ended up doing that by himself, and then now he doing this is so wrong, man. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. And I see this happening in our society with our young men today. They don't get enough attention. They don't get enough attention and love like they supposed to. He shouldn't be in there. No, that boy they in about 19 years, 18 at the time. He's 18. You hear me? TEEN. And years just happened. Hell, he just turned 19. He's 19. We were 19. We were 19. We don't know. We learning right from wrong, y'all. He just left, and then he got 2 jobs. Stressed out. 2 jobs. Why he got 2 jobs. Sorry that this happened to you, Anthony. Sorry, baby. It seemed like to me you asking for love. You asking for love from this case, and you asked for it the wrong way because you don't know the right way. I feel sorry for y'all children. Y'all left that boy by himself, man. Like it was the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world for him. He still gonna be young when he get out. But I'm saying though, it could have went better than this. If he wasn't there, wasn't nobody there to represent him. Nobody was there to represent him. Boy, I ain't never itemized 20 some years of track and field. Middle and high school. I never seen nothing like this because we prevent things like this from happening. Because y'all don't know, schools have problem with each other. Y'all went to high school then. We defeating against y'all. We had the state track meet. You need to stay over there. They be like, hey, I said, bring your butt right back over here on my tit. Now I have my stuff straight because I ran a program. Everybody don't run on program, y'all. Y'all got to understand that a lot of coaches that's out there to coach. They're not running a program like I did. Because I know how children can be. I had somebody go to the restroom with them, y'all, and to come back with them. But never under nobody else's tent. Because I know each one of most of the athletes got attitudes. Most of them got attitude. I hate that, but I hate that this happened between these young men. I really do. I really do. It seemed like 2 young guys, two nice young guys. And to be honest with you, Anthony McCall father ain't said nothing wrong, and Karmelo Anthony parents didn't say wrong. It was the choices that was made in this case, and in the decision that the choices that the Anthony made in McCall, and this should tell. This is going to change the rule in Texas about track meets. See, we already have our rules fixed in Georgia at the track meets. But cause we compete, and you go in there to compete, but this gonna change the law at them track meets for them, because they're letting them know this what can happen.
That verdict was read. What does that say to you about the ulterior motive with this appeal?
I don't even see no black and white thing in this case right here. I don't see the black and I don't see it. I just see 2 young men out in the altercation. Boys always getting in the altercation, always wrestling and pushing and fighting and struggle. Y'all, we see that all the time in high school. I'm glad y'all ain't no school teaching. Now y'all see why the parents want y'all. Now y'all see why the teachers want y'all in them classroom in the school helping them out, right? This is what they deal with every day to prevent things like this from happening. Y'all not gonna understand the real deal, what she's saying. You're not, because we see this every day. But we try to prevent this from happening when nobody there to prevent this. To prevent it. These young men, I'm sorry for Jeff McCalf. My condolences go to this young man. Golly, I don't even know how I can take it losing a child. And they lost a son. And I feel, Anthony, I feel so bad for you. It's almost like you raised yourself, sound like to me. You don't know right from wrong. You think that what you think that it's right what you did, but it was wrong. But you were honest. You was honest. You don't find people honest like you to tell the truth. You told the truth, young man. But your sentencing, I think they should have been like, I don't know. I don't know about first degree. I would have gave you second degree. Cause this your first time ever did something like this. I would have gave you second degree. Possibility of parole. That's what I would have gave you. But I ain't the judge. I'm not the jury. It's sad for both of y'all. See, when I look at these young men, I don't look at them as white and black. I look at them as young men. Because I know they hard head. I know how boys can be.
Racial tensions. About 20 seconds to yours.
A young man is going to be sent away for 35 years. It would be great if his family came together, acknowledged what happened, apologized to the Metcalf family.
That's what I don't understand, why the family ain't apologized. Apologize to the family, because your son did wrong. He killed their son. He took their son's life. No, regardless of fight, y'all, they fight all the time in school. But I'm saying, apologize to the family. Cause
Apologize to the hustlers.
that's what it seemed like to me. I guess I'm not racist. That's what it is. But if I do know people that racist, that's their business. Can't change that. They ain't trying to change that. I'm talking about me. I like blacks, white, Puerto Rican, Italians, Spanish people. I like people. Chinese, I like people. But you ain't got nothing to do with what I like. And I ain't got nothing to do with what you like. Apologize, mama, y'all. Apologize, your son did do that.
Divide us. I hope it doesn't succeed.
It is a sad case. There are no winners here.
Mm-mm.
That the racial card is not being played to create some quote unquote winners in this.
What I said. He said the same thing I said. Y'all, I said what I said. I want to hear from y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We always see bullies. Let me see. I didn't even see all this in the chat. I was so into the young folk. Okay, let me read this. Let me read this. What you saying? You doing real good. Okay, now. Hold on. Let me read what you said, baby. I wasn't ignoring you. Okay, y'all. Chat. I wasn't ignoring y'all. I be so, so into this, but hold on for a minute. I'm about to read y'all comment because whew, poor teachers. Boy, teachers got to deal with this every day. Teachers have to deal with this every day. And when they call the parents don't even pick up the phone. Hold on, y'all. Let me read what y'all said. Hold on for a second. Hold on, let me read what y'all say. It's your opinion. It's your opinion. Ain't nothing I can say. Hold on. Put some music on. Hold on, y'all. Let me read what y'all said. Okay. All right. Okay. Karmelo Anthony get nothing fair. It wasn't nothing fair about what happened to Karmelo Anthony case. Nothing fair. Okay, so right here, Karmelo did not get a fair trial. I believe he has enough to show There was a mischaracter of justice. Okay. Um, every Kamala supporter is 70 IQ or less. It's so cute that they pretend to play lawyers. Kamala defend himself. He said so. Kamala is lying. Who doesn't know self-defense laws? It's 18 in a public place. That's not that serious. It is serious, baby. If it wasn't that serious, he wouldn't. This wouldn't have occurred. So you don't know nothing about track and field. There was no severe threat against Camelo. It sure wasn't. Therefore, deadly force isn't permitted. I agree with that. There we other kids from other schools under that tent as well. Well, they can have anybody on the tent they want on the tent. Um, does that mean that Camilla is allowed to murder someone? No, he shouldn't. No, that's right, because there were other kids under the tent. See, y'all keep worrying about other kids. We talking about Camilla. They didn't want him under there. Anyway, the altercation was from the bullies, Metcalf boys. Now, I don't think it was the altercation. Well, boys have altercation. If boys get into altercation. If every student, high school student, take out a weapon and stab somebody because they push them, then we'll be in problem. Y'all to be doing homeschool every day. Okay. Live Bishop is in more. Okay. Yes, bullies have to learn. Everyone would not take a chance with if you think a person is a bully while you're around them. If you're being bullied, why don't you get up and leave? They have also put in for a new track. They can't put in for a new track. But let's see what happened. I'm not gonna argue. You know nothing about the law. They sure don't, JPS. I know Camilla didn't get a fair trial. You know why you say he didn't get a fair trial? That means that his attorney didn't do what he's supposed to do. How about that? The judge was unfair. His attorney did not defend him, and no Negro. They did not leave him by himself. The parents were asked to leave. Them parent was not asked to leave out that courtroom. You can't make no parent leave out that courtroom. Because I ain't picking no sides. I'm picking on the facts. Camilla is not a thug. Camilla simply defend himself. Well, that's your opinion. You can't stop people from speaking their opinion. The McCaffrey were bullies. Well, you got to be bullied and defend yourself in high school. So if y'all think that, I don't know nothing about them boys to be saying they bullies. I mean, if I think they're bullied, then the world knew they are bullied, then I wouldn't want to be around them. We always see bullies as well through the school system. Now, we don't always see bullies. Now, we just see, I always see, like, now I see altercation. Okay, a misunderstanding, misunderstood. Camilla protected himself from non-bullies also. But see, y'all can't, y'all, that's you, that's what you believe. The Anthony family did apologize. I ain't nobody apologize. What about the McCaff apology for their son being bullied? I don't understand what you're saying. The law needs to deal with bullies. Bullies, you're being bullied now. Right now, some of y'all adults be coming in people's chat, bullying people, and don't even realize that you're bullying people. You got to understand what a bully is. Besides, don't mix altercation up with bully, being a bully. That's the thing is, you can't mix that up. Being in an altercation with somebody and being a bully at the same time. And like I say, I'm picking the law side. Grown people bully people every day and don't even know them. What you got to say about that? Well, you can't tell me that. I know the school laws and stuff, but every law is different in every state. But my thing is, Y'all got the wrong mixed up when he get ready to go to court. When they get ready to appeal, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to look at. That's what they're going to look at. I appreciate y'all comments though. I really do. I love it. I love it. But bullies are on YouTube. Bullies on social media. Bullies in the grocery stores. Bullies at the gas station. Bullies everywhere. But the only thing you got to do is play your role, your part. Lead. The Cowboys was known bullies. Chili's put in a bully report for. Well, okay, if you know a person, but DeAndre didn't. I mean, said Carmelo didn't know he was a bully. He don't know them boys. He don't know them people. He didn't know that they were bullies. Anybody can bully. A lot of folks' children are bullies. I mean, you parents got to take accountability of your own actions and talk to your kids. But for me to confide, if we tell every child to stab somebody to everybody, you'll tell your child to protect yourself and let nobody hurt you. And my daughter got bullied all the time in high school. I mean, they love. She was so pretty. They want to fight her until she did everything I told her to do. So she did everything I told her to do. Now, you said they came to Carmelo. Carmelo will simply sit down. Now, let me tell you something. Okay, since y'all want to say bully. Okay, so when they were bullying my daughter the whole time. She was in the 12th grade, 11th, 12th grade. Pretty girl. I have pretty children. She made a mistake. A girl, she went in the bus lane, y'all, where she wasn't supposed to be. And a girl came behind her and jumped up, and she had to fight backwards. Going with what y'all saying about the Anthony, she been bullied throughout high school. So the thing is, she didn't take no knife out and do that. I got on her because I said, why were you in the bus lane and I supposed to be picking you up? Why are you in the bus lane? No, people don't like you. I told y'all were going to have problems. Y'all beautiful girls and y'all were going to have problems. Why when you out there in the front just waiting on me, sitting out there on the bench? Sometimes we can be in the wrong place. Our kids can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, y'all. When you're dealing with bullies in high school, bullies in middle school, bullies everywhere. They so mean. People so mean. She was minding her business in the bus lane, but what is she back there in the bus lane for if she don't ride the school bus? I picks her up. So you don't got to fight in the place where you're not even supposed to be. Now, if she had took a knife and my daughter took a knife out and stabbed somebody, I would have had a fit. I would have had a fit. And see, simply sitting down, you went right up to a tent, simply sitting down over there under somebody else's tent. Ain't right. Some kids take their life behind. Sure do. You know what? You are so right, girl. I got bullied in the elementary school. It didn't make it so bad. The girl followed me into high school. We couldn't help but go through the same high school. You are so right. Some kids take their life behind bullying. Some kids lose their life behind bullying. You are so right. This girl bullied me, y'all, in the 6th and the 7th grade because I had a lot of mouth. I'm defending myself, and I can run track good. I can run, y'all. I'm fast. I was the fastest girl out of my high school. So she and I went to high school together. Now I got to see this girl again. She got to bully me again, y'all, in high school. Times when I cried. And then I know I can beat her in the 100. I was so scared of her, I let her beat me in the 100. But I came to my senses in my 12th grade year, and I needed that scholarship. I said, oh, you ain't going to win no more, baby. I'm about to win. And she cried because I beat her. I could have beat you a long time ago. So the boys on the track team told me, said, why you keep letting her beat you? Go on and beat her. I said, I didn't want her to cry. But she would bully me. The law is not taking that. The bully law not taking that bully law is not serious. They got to take it serious. And you are so right about that. They got to take that law serious. But being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but being in the right place at the right time is different. Like I told my daughter, why'd you back down? You in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's why they jumped on you. Man, I tell you one thing. I dealt with a bully from in the bathroom. They used to I couldn't go use the restroom in elementary school in the 6th grade. So y'all gotta remember in the 7th grade, we was in elementary school back in my time. And so 8th through the 12th, we was in high school. This girl followed me. This girl she had to go to the high school I go to because she was in the same area. But the thing I'm trying to say, we both was on the track team. She was fast on the track team and I was fast. But I know I can beat her. And then I started beating her. And then she really want to beat me up. But I was ready for her. But so they need to take these laws serious and keep their hand to themselves. That girl fight me, y'all. That girl follow me around. Fight me. If I go use the bathroom, I was scared to use the bathroom. But when I went in the bathroom, she fought out. She would know. We in the same classroom. But you know what, baby? It would, like you said, it would rain. Let me tell you something about track and field. We runs in the rain. We runs in the rain with track and field. We practice in the rain. But the only thing that so what we do is we run in the rain, we practice in the rain. But when it's thunder and lightning, we don't. We have the state meet in the rain and the county meet in the rain. Long as it don't thunder lightning. We be out there running. I ran track in the rain. And you could, that's why you saw them out there doing the lawn event, doing the events outside. You see the kids standing around and stuff because it wasn't raining that hard. And then Anthony was under the bleachers. See, when the thunder and lightning, we put them under the bleachers and we called the school buses to come get them. That means that we're not going to run that day. But it wasn't that thunder and lightning, what bad weather where they couldn't run. You know what I mean? So we would tell them to go under the bleachers, but it wasn't raining like that out there. See, that's the thing is, the best safe thing, you'll tell your team to go up on the bleachers. All coaches are not like me. All coaches are not like me. So you got the good coaches and you got the coaches don't care what the kids do. That's another thing too. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not gonna go nowhere. I'm scared. I don't go to that school. I don't go to Anthony Metcalf School. That Anthony was scared. Anthony. Let me ask y'all something. The only thing I have with Karmelo Anthony is, did somebody call him under the tent? Did somebody call him under that tent? What? How do they run y'all gotta remember from different states is different, different things happen in different states. We have meetings, we have track and field coaches meeting. We have coaches meeting to prevent this because all coaches don't have a team like mine. I ran a track program. You had to make an honor roll, you had to study, we had study hall, we practiced and all that kind of stuff, but I had a coaching staff because I had disciplinary kids who were discipline problem on my team. So yeah, when you're scared, Anthony was scared when he stabbed the boy. But Anthony was also honest at the same time. He said, it wasn't no allegedly, I did it. But I'm saying that he wasn't fair. Karmelo Anthony was not taught right to me. Karmelo did not get scared until he was approached. Karmelo didn't get scared because he went. Karmelo went there for a reason. To me, what you go over there for? See, somebody called him under that. The reason why I asked that question, who called him under that tent, is because I saw the video when he came from under the bleachers. Then he ran up under that. He ran over there under that tent like somebody called him. I asked that question, who called him under that tent? You got instigators, y'all. Somebody missing something. People ain't telling. It's a lot of things, but the thing is, he got some boys on his team. It's a lot of things could have happened, could have happened. Baby, he didn't have to go under their tent to get out the rain. He could have went under the bleachers. So Eddie called, a boy called him. Eddie called him over there. Then somebody did call him over there. So that's just like why Eddie didn't defend him. Say, oh, I had called him over him, but man, he got to leave. Why didn't Eddie walk him out from under that tent? See, Eddie saw the confusion. Yeah, you know that. But Eddie, if Eddie called him up under, I know somebody called him up under the tent. And I can tell the way he came around that corner, he ran over there up under that tent. Why would you get out of the rain and to get into the rain to get under somebody else's tent? That's why I asked the question, who called him under that tent? I know how it go. I know how track go. I know somebody called him over there. And then if that's my friend, if that's supposed to be my friend that I know, I would have got up and come on, man, let's go. Let me go meet you over here. Let me meet you, man. Come on. If that were my friend, that's why they said you ain't got no. Mamas always said you ain't got no friends. Cause if that was my friend, I would have removed my friend from over there. Come on, man. Come on, go with me. Oh, see, Eddie lied in court then. There your problem go. That's your problem. I knew somebody called that boy up on there. He said he didn't know Karmelo. And see, you know what? And your friend, you see, when you share things with your friend know you got a weapon. You know what I mean? So any little thing would tense you off. So he knew that the friend knew that how the twins was. He know how they was. He knew that. And then he gonna ask Karmelo to come, allegedly ask Karmelo to come over there under that tent to cause confusion. That's the problem right there. That's your problem right there. That's your problem right there, Eddie. If that's true. If Eddie called him over there, that's the truth. It's there your problem go right there. He need, you know what? That's why that's why the appeal people is going to look over the paper, the transcript, to see what happened. I don't understand why his friend do that, but you know what? That's why parents said, don't trust nobody. That wasn't his friend. Cause that was his friend. He would say, "Come on, man. You will remove your friend from a situation." I had a best friend. She came in the bathroom and rescued me because the girl and her friend came in the bathroom and were gonna jump on me. Yeah, because I was one of the fastest girls. But I grew out of that when I came in high school. I'm ready to fight now. But my mama didn't want us to fight. So going with the Anthony case, I'm like you now. If they look over the transcript, I go with what you said. If they look over the transcript, that's a different thing. But my thing is, he did stab him. He killed him. So the thing, would it be second? So the question is, do y'all think he should have got second degree murder with possibility of parole? Or y'all think he should have took that plea deal? Or what? I'm afraid Karmelo got a fair trial. I think that the sentencing was kind of like, since this is first offense, I think that it should have went down to second degree murder and a possibility of parole. I think that what it should have been, second degree murder and a possibility for parole. What about that? Because he took that boy life. We ain't gonna ignore that. He took that boy life. He got to get punished for that, regardless of who started first and second and third like that. It's the thing that see, that's what I asked y'all. So he didn't get it then. He didn't get self-defense, right? He should have got self-defense. Second degree. I think it should have been second degree with eligibility, or I guess the possibility of parole, however they go. That's the way I'm like you. I see it that way now. In situation that, like, he got to get punished because he took a person's life. But the self-defense, if he didn't get that, then he should have got second degree with an eligibility of parole. Because this is first defense. You know what I mean? This is not his first defense. This is second defense. From the way I see it. From the way I see it. I would like to see that the appeal people look at the transcript right and find out what happened on the transcript. What went wrong on the transcript. If it didn't go nothing wrong on the transcript, they can't change the sentencing. What if those girls that came in the bathroom and jumped you and you hit your head and lost your life? They would have if that's their first offense, then they should have got second degree. They should have got second degree. I would second degree with eligibility of parole. I was scared. I ain't lying. I was scared. I didn't do nothing. I ain't had no weapon in my hand. I ain't do nothing. But my friend came in there and saved my life. And what that caused me to do in life was don't go to the bathroom by myself. Because I'm a fan. We always run the track doing PE. Y'all know about PE in elementary school, in PE. And then we went to high school together, y'all. I was so scared of that girl. She bullied me. She bullied me throughout high school. Until I finally got my sense that I need a scholarship. So you feel you did not have a right to use that? What? No. I wouldn't use a weapon. See, back then, live, what back then, we were fighting. You know, we'll fight with our hands. Our weapon was our hands. The weapon wasn't like pick up nothing like an object, bring an object to school. Now, to go with this generation, since I was bullied, so I prepared my daughter. I didn't want my daughter to take no weapon to school. I said, whatever you do, don't. The weapon, your hands is a weapon. Your hands is a weapon. Some people got certified hands. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you something. My brother was skinny, but that joker couldn't fight. He'll take the big boys, and I was skinny. And I love to wrestle with big girls. When we used to have a little wrestling match, I love to wrestle with big girls. Because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Nah, we wouldn't allow, My mama, I didn't even train my children to keep no weapon, don't use no weapon, cause their hand was certified. So I hope that I just the Anthony was sad part about the Anthony. He was alone the whole time in that trial by himself. My point is, kids lose their life trying to fight someone almost 100 pounds. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of kids don't lose their life with 100-pound linebacker. Some of the skinniest boys, I don't see so many little boys beat up on them big boys until the big boy get to crying and running. My son was like, I thought he wasn't gonna grow. He was like little something, short in middle school. But he was he played on the football team. I said, don't I heard my son out there. But he was a strong little something. But he was little, but he was short, but he was a linebacker. Now he wasn't a linebacker, he was the end. The end. So I said, y'all better block that boy, block my son. But I had one big what his name? I got one big like Austin. He loved to tackle. He loved to tackle. But the little one, my son that was little in middle school, and then he defended himself because he was short. But he ain't have to go through that. But it been some people did try him because he was little, but he always had friends and stuff like that. It's just, to be honest with you, it really hurts me that this happened between two guys. I see to me, I see something nice out of Metcalf and Anthony. I see two nice young men. Authority wasn't there at the right time. They thought that's because my captains, my boys on my captain, the captain of my team, they didn't play. The parents should teach their children that bullying is not okay. And that's the truth. Because I got tired of them bullying my daughter now. My daughter is 36 now. But in high school, every time I told them, y'all gonna have a problem because y'all are beautiful girls. They ran track. I coached one of them. Then I took her out of school with me because she had mouth like me. But put in another school, and every time I turned around, they were fighting that girl. They were bullying her, bullying. And then to the last time I told her to defend herself, we done been to the principal. She reported the principal, the police department in the school, the sheriff. She reported, she did everything, reported to the teacher, she did everything I told her to do. Now, this last time, I told my daughter, y'all may think it's right, y'all may think it's wrong, I don't care. I said, let me tell you something. If they come up in your face this time, baby, defend yourself and take the 10 days. And Dobby done, y'all. They got her in the hallway. They started again, but this time she went out. I said, but look, don't you start that now. That's one thing I told her. Don't you start it. Don't you start nothing. Just protect yourself. She ain't use her weapon because she got certified hands. And that's why I didn't want them to fight, because I know their hand was certified. And she tore the girl up until they had to take the girl to the hospital. But that's what y'all get for bullying my daughter. And so we all sitting in a meeting with that girl parent and me and my oldest daughter. And my baby, the one they kept jumping on. I didn't want y'all to mess up my baby pretty face. And so they were showing the picture when the girl went to high school and stuff. I looked at the picture. I was like, oh, well, I'm saying that in myself because my daughter asked for help and then nobody helped her. She asked that girl to stop and the girl wouldn't stop. And she wouldn't leave her alone. That same girl kept messing with her and her friends. And she took her 10 days out of high school. Y'all, 10 days. And she was on the track team. She missed out on her track program. But she felt good that she told her mama She told me, and she told her mama what happened, and we took steps to protect her. And then the last time, I didn't get her. As long as I went up there and got her work for her classes, and she passed her class and graduated. But the thing was, you weren't gonna keep bullying my kid. I'm dealing with the same thing. My son has spaces out because it has gotten out. It's out of hand. And the thing with me, I came up there looking for the principal. They act like they ain't have no principal. I like every time I come up to the school, where is the principal? Where is the principal? My daughter couldn't even go to school without y'all messing with her. And she was beautiful. She just beautiful. I have beautiful kids. They can't have it. But I mean, it's not fair either. And my son's handsome. And I'm not gonna. I'm so tired. I got so tired of that mess. Y'all don't know what I went through. Y'all don't know what I went through. You got it. And then y'all, I seen it in school. I'm sitting there watching it in high school, in middle school. I used to say, look, don't leave that child alone. I one of them old school teachers. Leave that child alone. That child ain't bothering you. I done seen a girl slap the boy, and the boy started knocking the food out of her. And I said, don't do that. And I said, young lady, you wrong, and I'm gonna write you up for that. Everybody don't do what authority is not. If authority is not playing a role, these kids gonna be in trouble. Y'all, I had to leave the school system after 25 years because I got so tired of defending, and a lot of parents didn't want me to go until their kid got out of school. And I stayed there until they got out of school. I said, y'all, I can't do it no more. Now I'm getting sick. Protecting kids. Protecting kids. Protecting kids. Protecting, preventing. And then y'all got to understand, some schools didn't have principals. They had to use their assistant principal. So many kids I don't protect. And like a teacher told, like a principal, they keep putting this bad boy in my class, y'all. I'm just gonna say he is terrible because he always fighting, hitting on girls and boys, starting stuff. Exactly, I had to put in in a bullet report with the school and the district. Nothing happened. Nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen. And I told him, I said, boy, it says keep hitting on these kids in my class. And why y'all keep putting them in my class? What culture, what you want us to do? I said, you want us to just take them out of your class and stick them in the class? Well, yeah, y'all took them out of class and stuck them in my class. Y'all got 2 men coaches. Put me in the men coaches class. Y'all still sticking that boy that bullying the kids in my class. I can't even teach y'all. And I already retired. I retired in 2019. I couldn't wait till May the 23rd come. Kids feel like they have to protect. They do. They do. Because adults are not doing. They're not doing that, man. They ain't doing that. I got sick. So I just fell out in school, y'all. The ambulance had to come get me because I was stressed out protecting other folks' children. That's why I ain't going nowhere. That's why I'm here. I don't protect so many. I have prevented and protected so many folks, so many young people. And I love their parents, because the parents had to work. And the parents used to tell me, I wish all the teachers was like you. I said, I do too. But it hurt my feeling when the principal asked me, what you want me to do? Hell, you the principal. You know the boy. Y'all put that boy in my class just so y'all know how disciplined I am. And y'all know, that boy kept aggravating these kids in my class. But y'all took him out of one class and put him in my class. This go on, y'all. I just go with Anthony. Now, see, on my track team, I know what going on at track meet, but you don't have coaches like me that run a track program. You don't. I run a track program in high school. My kids not allowed to go into nobody else's tent. Rain, sleet, or snow. And if it rains too hard, they're gonna come off from under the tent, go to but it wasn't raining like that hard. But the thing is, if Karmelo was trained or disciplined, you hear the word I'm using, discipline, he would have removed himself out from under that tent. We don't know what was going on with Karmelo Anthony. We don't know. Somebody called that boy over there. I seen him run over there to that tent. But the thing is, they know how he was. So why did that person walk in? It could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. If the boys not mature minded, y'all. They not. In schools, and what people don't understand, you got rival schools. Rival schools don't like this school don't like my team. This school don't care nothing about this school. This school don't even deal with this school. They got to fight with these people over here in this school in the summertime. Somebody in the neighborhood. See, you try to, as a coach, you supposed to prevent it. What's the authority over there under the tent with the boys? Nobody. No authority was under that tent. And I'm going to keep on saying it. I'm going to keep on saying it. It wasn't no assistant coach under that tent, and it wasn't no parent up under that tent. Usually I have my parent to watch them kids for me. And I know how anything can happen, y'all. Anything can happen at them track meets. Anything can happen. You can turn your head and something can happen. Authority is responsible for those kids. But we think, oh well, they 18-year-old, they grown. No, they not. They not grown. They not grown because they 18 years old. No, they not grown. No, they are not grown. They still young men. Young men need attention just as well as the females. If authority was in a place, like they you know. Sorry that this happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. I lost in this case with Karmelo. I lost in this case with Austin. I lost with kids. They are kids to me, 18-year-old kids, and I've been working with high school for years. When I was like 23, I working with high school kids. And they used to thought I was in high school. That's how young I used to look. Not now, but then. And I don't prevented a whole lot of stuff. This shouldn't have happened, y'all. This shouldn't have happened. So what the appeal team is going to do, the appeal team, they got to do something with bullies. They got to do something about that. And if I know how my boys track team. In middle school, my boys track team, I have them so mature, y'all. So I had studied all, I had everything like I did in high school. So I went from did 5 years, 5 plus, they ain't gonna count the sub when I was 23. They ain't gonna count those 8 years. But the 5 years I was at the high school, I knew I had the girls track team. A 17-year-old should understand you don't have a right to attack someone when you feel as though they don't belong. And you know what? And you are 100% right. If they are trained that way, you know what I mean? If your athletes are trained that way, you see what I mean? Mine was trained to avoid and to prevent. My captains, I always told my captain, don't put your hand on nobody. But I always have somebody, another, like parents. The parents have to be able to track me. Now you may not can't come because you're working, but the other parent could come. I always have something in place because I know my athletes. I know I have athletes on my team like Karmelo Anthony and them. They don't know how to talk to people. They are told what to do. They already told. That's why them folks know how children are. They know how boys are. They do. A lot of 17-year-old, they should understand. They do understand, but they misunderstood. It's misunderstood. They should. We always say they should. Boys play too much. And you don't have the right. Keep your hands to yourself. And if I feel like you don't want to be bothered with me, hey, I'm leaving. That's because that's the way I was raised. That's the way I was taught. That's the way I was raised. That's how I taught. That's how I raised my kids. I tell them, if somebody don't want to be, you go to that school, that teacher the teacher can't give you no attention. Wait till you get home and I'll give you all the attention. Because she got too many eyes to look after. Now with a coach, because tell you the coaches, you don't have good coaches, y'all. Every coach ain't a good coach. Every track coach is not a good track coach. We don't know what were they told to do. You know what they are capable of doing. So you know you need to build your staff. But we don't know that team. You know what I mean? Just because I'm a good coach and I'm protecting my athletes, my students. I'm protecting them. Because I know what can go on at them track meet, y'all. But I ain't never seen nobody out of all these years. As long as I've been running track and went to college and everything, running track, I never seen nothing like this before in my life. I never in my life seen this. It hurts me. I don't cry about this story. It really do. It really hurt me. This really hurt me. And nobody stood. And that defense attorney was too soft for me. Because he's a public defense. When I raise my money, it's my money gonna get up. I'm gonna get my son, the Malcolm We Shall Overcome attorney. I don't care how much he charged me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do with a high profile case to prevent certain things to happen. He should have got second degree to me with eligibility of parole, or either took a plea deal, or either put him on the stand. Hey, the video we edit. Yeah, the video we edit. Karmelo was surrounded by it. Okay, if he was surrounded by it, he should have got up and left, baby. He should have left. See, we got to teach our kids to prevent and avoid. Prevention and avoid is what we need to be teaching our kids in school. Once my daughter prevented to protect herself, avoid from keep on getting beat up, it was my time as a parent to step in. But at that track meet, wasn't no authority over there with them kids. See, we blaming the kids. I'm blaming the authority. See, y'all blaming the kids. I'm blaming the authority. Because I know how boys are. I know how boys are. I'm blaming the authority. And I'm going to keep blaming the authority. I'm going to keep blaming the authority. I wasn't nobody there for them kids. And then also, in court, I don't care what that judge say. Judge know you wrong, judge. You know you wrong, judge. You know you wrong, judge. In this high profile case, you ain't have none of them up there. You ain't have no blacks on that jury. It don't make it gonna be right or wrong, but it still put it up there. Y'all made the black women's up in an alternate, and they were school teachers. They the one deal with kids every day. That's why y'all didn't want them on there. They deal with kids every day. That's who you want on the stand. That's who you want on your jury. People who deal with kids every day. But I ain't on nobody's side. I appreciate y'all watching. I definitely appreciate my chat. When people come here to talk, I appreciate that. Because and I'm gonna tell you something. These days in school, kids gotta protect themselves. But we just can't tell them to kill nobody. We got to tell them to protect themselves. But we can't tell them to use no weapon. Don't use no weapon. A weapon is a different case. Your hands is certified. Anthony running back. He a quarterback. Anthony ain't no chunk like y'all think he is. We got to teach our kids. Tell our kids how to prevent and avoid a situation when you're in a situation. Because I won't be there. I'll be at work or whatever. Now his mama did say that he told her not to come to the track because he knew he wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't running that day. And I'm gonna tell you something. I think this is what I believe Anthony was hiding from his coach. Or either somebody called him from over there. You know how you're not supposed to be at a track meet? And you didn't qualify. See, you have to qualify for the state track meet, y'all. For the county, you have to qualify. When you qualify, if you don't make it, then the coach won't let you ride on the school bus because they got to get permission from the principal for the ones that's supposed to be at the track meet. Okay, so you can come to the track meet, but we let them out of school. We get them out of school early, y'all. So we responsible for them kids. Okay, so we'll put up tents and stuff to keep them avoid them from being in an altercation with anybody else, regardless of rain, sleet, or snow. Because we ran while it was snowing out there, y'all. We ran in the rain. I'm the coach. I'm telling you that's what we did. But I always had help. I always had help. But all I got to do, y'all, we got to do better because we losing our young men. We losing our young men. We losing them because of the choices and decisions that they make. But somebody been talking to Karmelo, and why I keep saying D'Anthony? Karmelo, and somebody been talking to him to me. And the reason why I said it, because he said allegedly. He said it ain't no allegedly. I agree. We also have to teach our kids to come home a lot. You know what? That's what I just said. Shoot, after my daughter went out, my daughter bright in her skin, and you can scratch it on her. No. I don't even put no marks on my kid. No, she don't do everything. Y'all, I'm getting a headache. You know how parents are. We at work. I'm working at a school while she at a school. I had to take her out of school where I will to focus on the students because I know she ain't gonna let nobody run over her. So, but the thing is, just imagine a parent working all the time and everything. You turn around, you know, your kid. What is going on? And I was like, oh, I'm praying. I said, God, wait till the 12th grade year over because she finished doing, just gonna be homeschooled. Bring me her work. When y'all had homeschool, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. When y'all people came up with homeschool, I was so happy. But I never did. They didn't have homeschool with my kid. My oldest, the ones that did, they didn't start homeschool. But my 36 and my 35, I think Kim 35, 37 and 35 and 33 and 30. We want to be 31. when the young ones like that, they didn't have homeschool, y'all. I didn't want my children to be around other folk kids because I was in the school where they were doing the bullying. They were bullying kids, and I don't want nobody to hit my kids. When y'all had homeschool, see, a lot of parents didn't want homeschool. I did, but they ain't have it. They ain't started that homeschool mess until after my kids got, out of high school. So I tell you what, love your children and protect your children. And continue to communicate with your kids. Because something is going on with Karmelo. Something was going on with Karmelo. Like I said, who called him over there? I looked at that video. I'm talking about the video when he went over there. When he came from the back and went over there. He walked over there. Like somebody said, Karmelo. Because the reason why I say that is because he passed a tent to go to a tent. He passed a tent to go to a tent. And of course, he wasn't going to go over there where his school tent was because he wasn't supposed to be there. And we run in the rain. Let me tell y'all for a last time. We run when it's snow on the ground. We had ran the snow flurry. We run in the rain, y'all. Rain ain't gonna do nothing but dry us up. Cause we don't do that. They don't do nothing but sweat. I'd be glad when that rain used to come down on me. And you can see that they was out there doing the field event. I knew what they were doing at the track meet. The coaches working the track meet, y'all. So the coaches can't sit up on the tent with the students. So the coaches work the track meets. So we can't sit up on the tent with the students. So that means that we have to have an assistant coach. We got to have parents. That's why we need parents' participation. We got a lot of parents don't even come to their kids' football game, soccer game, track meets. You don't ask no child nothing. You come and show up. Find out for yourself. Go on the internet. But we don't want the responsibility. We don't want to be the accountability of the things that we should have did or said. Now I can tell you now, he's a mama baby. He's a mama boy. Mel Anthony is a mama boy. And me, I defend all of mine, the girls and the boys. Because I know how it can be in school, y'all. I know how it can be in school. Bully all the time in school. But they don't go to the same school. They don't. That boy didn't know right from wrong. Karmelo didn't know right. Karmelo was told what he did. That's why I asked y'all, what is going on here? What's going on here? Because when he said allegedly, it ain't no allegedly. I did it. Now, is this self-defense? Somebody been talking to him about the law. Somebody told Anthony the wrong information, y'all. Somebody gave Anthony the wrong information. That's why kids need to start listening to their parents. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long because I can talk all day when it comes down to kids. That's why I was sent here. But I'm gonna say this before I leave. Listen to your parents. Y'all got to listen and respect your parents. And communicate. Just because you're a boy, we love y'all. We there for you. And girls, we there for you too. But boys, we got to be there for our young men too. We got to be there for our boys, y'all. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. But I've been on this case since it started. I ain't just got on the case. I've been on the case, and I'm disappointed in the authority, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. When it comes to those county track meets and state track meets, them officers wasn't in place. You're supposed to have police officers out there, y'all, to avoid this situation. They over there talking. They probably weren't even there. You see what I mean? I'm mad. I'm upset with the authority. I'm sorry. I've been saying that from day one. I'm mad. I'm not even mad with the boys. I'm not upset with the boys. I'm not upset with Karmelo, not Austin. The boys gonna be boys. But this could have been prevented. And I'm gonna give it to the parents. They wasn't fussing. They weren't fighting against each other. I like both of the parents. I like Karmelo parents, and I like Austin parents. But I think that the sentencing was harsh a little bit. There's a lot of things I don't like about what the judge that happened. See, I'm pointing out the authorities that who's accountable for things that happen. Because when you got a high profile case, there ain't no way in the world you can tell me you fix that jury up like that. And when you got that jury like you want to, you were done talking. Y'all were done with the case in 2 days. Goodness Jesus, I was covering another case. And I said, dog, they finished with the case already. It's over with. All right, y'all, I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Hey, y'all, you're welcome anytime. You're welcome here anytime. Because one thing about me, the real deal is going to keep it real. I love my parents. I love my students. And I love people. And God sent me him. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Him for these chillings. Because I got their back. I'm out now.